How are we doing, everyone? We are here on the beach in North Carolina. This is now one of my favorite places to fish because I can drive my truck on here and I've got my whole fishing mobile set up to be surf fishing right off the bed of my truck. This is the best. And today I'm going to be showing you how to catch small fish, big fish, and everything in between using this one special rig, some scavenge bait, and our special Shrimpy Bits bait. Let me show you how. I learned this rig in Florida from this guy named Chip, aka the sinker guy. He's the guy who makes all of my sinkers. They're my favorite Sputnik sinkers, but this rig is really special because it will prevent your line from getting tangled. It will also prevent your line from you losing your entire rig from stuff like bluefish biting your line off. And also, it will help you catch more fish because you can use really thin line for this leader line. And your main line is a really thick line. This way you can protect your sinker. This may sound confusing, but let me show you how I tie it real quick and it'll make more sense. So this is the main leader. I tied a snap swivel on the bottom. This is 50-pound line. Now, this is gonna be the first knot right here. We're just gonna do a double overhead. We're just gonna do a double knot like this. A regular knot, just like that, right? And then put it through one more time. So that's the first knot, okay? Now we're gonna do another one just about an inch above it, like that. The same exact thing. Okay, here's the second knot. And you want it just about an inch above it. Just like this. You see that? Now we're gonna do the same thing 2 more times right here. See here? Snap swivel, 2 knots, and we're gonna do the same thing right here. Bear with me, y'all. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, that's a really cool rig. See? See that? Okay. Now the top is another 2-way swivel. Instead of a snap swivel, we're using a 2-way swivel up top.
And that'll be attached to the line on the reel.
Yep, and this will be attached to the main leader. So I'm using 150-pound snap swivels and improved clinches to tie them together right here. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on how to tie these rigs, I write a lot of books about these and publish them on our website, heyskipperfishing.com. If you want to learn more, I suggest you read those books. Okay, here's the base of the rig right here, right? You might be thinking, where are the hooks? You tie the hooks separate and you attach it to it. So now, this is the special part about this rig. You don't have to tie 50-pound line for the hook line. Sorry. We know that some fish are line shy, and when they see a big thick line, they don't want to hit it. So, generally speaking, the thinner the line, the more bites you will get. So for the main line, for the hook line, I'm going to be using 20-pound leader. This way, it's less conspicuous for the fish that are seeing it. Now I've got all different hook sizes here, but I'm going to use a 2/0 size right here. I like these. These are great. Inline circle hooks. And we're going to take 2 of these and tie with those. Okay, so first we're just going to put it in through here like this. Do an improved clinch here. Always test your knots. And now here's the really cool part. We're just gonna do a quick overhead, double overhead knot right here. like this. Okay, now that is what we're gonna attach to this line. Look. We're gonna put it through like this. Can you see this? Mm-hmm. Put it through. And pull. See, look at how it sits. Okay? So now this will spin around freely without getting tangled, and it's a separate independent line of the main line you just tied. So if bluefish bite this off and you lose your actual thing, or this gets frayed, you don't have to retie a whole rig. You don't have to worry about losing your sinker. If this gets bitten off, the only thing you lose is your hook, and you can retie it. No problem. You can just re-snell another hook and put it right on. And it's, say the hooks are too big, right? And you want to downsize your hook. You don't have to tie a new rig. All you need to do is tie another one of these and put it right on. You don't have to change the whole thing out. This is a real big game changer for me because I like to fish for lots of different species. I don't like just one species. So we're gonna do the same thing for this other one now.
And then cast it.
And then we're gonna cast it out. And now at the bottom of this whole thing is what's called a Sputnik sinker. This is made by the sinker guy who has very generously donated my supply of it. It's really nice because once it hits the sand, it digs in and it'll hold your position very well. So if anything pulls it, it gets dislodged and your sinker is free. Now we're just gonna put that on the bottom like this. And then that's the rig right here. Beautiful, isn't it? This rig is great because it doesn't get tangled. It is not a part of one rig. It is two separate parts and one spins freely. That's why I really like it. Okay, here's my secret weapon. My freshly made salted shrimp. These are my fresh batch of them. And I hook it on just like this.
Ooh.
And they're tougher than regular shrimp. I don't have to keep them on ice and they stay fresh. And honestly, when you're out on the beach for like a week at a time, you don't have time to necessarily go to the bait shop, and sometimes you don't even have time to catch your own bait. It takes a lot of energy. So that's why I like to have salted baits on top of fresh baits. So I'll have a mullet on the bottom like this. And then I'll put a little piece of, just a little piece of shrimp like this to hold it on like this. And that's a great combination right there.
Just like that.
Here we go.
What does it feel like?
First fish of the day. What is it?
Trout.
Oh, it's a nice trout. Oh, it's not just a trout. It's a weak fish. It's a speckled trout without the speckles.
Oh.
Look at that. That's awesome species.
Beautiful, Brendan.
As soon as it hit, and look what it bit. The Shrimpy Bits. It bit the shrimp. Fish sandwich?
Oh yeah.
$13
Let me check the regulation. Weak fish regulation is 12 inches, one a day, so that's our one. That's cool. And that's gonna be our lunch.
See, that's the great thing about the Shrimpy Bits. The mullet flew off, but the Shrimpy Bit stayed on, and that's what I caught it on. I'm gonna put a little bit more on this one. It's so hard hard to manage 3 rods at one time.
You love it, don't
But I
lie.
love every second of it.
What? Middle. Middle.
Come on.
Picked it up immediately. How's it feel?
Medium, small. And it's a weak fish.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's a nice one. But we already have our limit.
No, you have a license.
Oh, I do have my license. Nice. Oh, watch that too.
Ow.
I told
Okay. This fish looks just like a speckled trout without the speckles. See, it doesn't have the little dots like the speckled trout does. There we go.
Can I see the tooth?
Single tooth, just like that.
Wait.
They keep choosing the shrimp today. The other day, all they wanted was mullet. And now today, all they want is shrimp. They took the shrimp, left me the mullet.
Just goes to show that you should throw different baits.
You're right, Aaron. This just goes to show you gotta have different baits on you. Sometimes they want one thing, and other times they want another. And I'm constantly checking my baits. Like, I don't let anything soak for more than 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Everything is constantly being changed out. There's not really much downtime in between because if crabs don't get them, little fish get them. You want fresh bait for a big fish to see. So leaving it in one place for like half an hour at a time, you can expect to reel in empty hooks. See, look. This has been happening to me all week. I bring it back in and there's nothing on the line, but I didn't see anything touch it. These are probably crabs. They really suck, but in order to get on the fish, you have to constantly rebait. It's non-stop fun. Pretty much hook up all your baits, throw it out, and try and get fish. That's the idea at its core. But when you get to doing it yourself, there's a lot more factors that are involved, including the wind, the tides, the kind of rigs that you're using, the kind of baits that you're using. There's so many things that determine a good day of fishing. Not just one little element. Everything needs to line up, including your gear, your rods. And if it doesn't, you don't get on fish.
We've actually been here for however many days.
This is day 3. I hadn't caught fish for 2 days, and now all of a sudden, we go further down south to find cleaner water, and we're finding fish. So this is fishing, and I'm still learning. This is a never-ending learning process. So for anyone who's out there who thinks that, you know, like there are people out there who are done learning, simply not true. Simply not true. Things constantly change with nature. One day fish want to be eating this, the next day they want this. There's no way anyone can know the real answer. The only way to know is get out there and try it yourself. Aaron, I got a fish. Aaron,
What?
I got a fish on here.
What the?
That's another species right there.
What'd you get?
It's a mullet, it's a sea mullet, AKA kingfish, AKA whiting.
Ooh.
But this one's a little small. I'm gonna have to throw this guy back.
Yeah, they're my favorite fish fry sandwich.
Yeah, they're really good when you fry them up. But this is too small.
Nice.
what is this? Croaker this time.
Oh, croaker.
This is a croaker.
Another species.
That one took the shrimpy bits again.
I love the
No
shrimp.
bait left. I bet you if I threw smaller hooks out, then I could catch more of these guys, but I want to catch bigger fish. This is too small. And look at this little parasite on it.
Ugh, now it's on you.
You see that?
Yeah.
Come on.
Woo.
It's a jumper.
You kept a close eye on it. What'd it be?
Oh, it's a bluefish.
Heck yeah.
That's a nice bluefish too. That means bluefish salad.
Yes. You know, I've been waiting for that bluefish salad. Watch the heat.
Oh.
What?
Oh, I got eaten by a shark.
Oh my goodness.
That looks like a shark chomped right into it. Like I said, this rig works really well. But then again, there's a lot of other rigs that work really well. This is just the rig that I'm using today. And I think because the leader line I tied is so thin on here, fish are less weary to bite it. So I'm getting all sorts of species, small ones, big ones, and everything in between. Okay, look, look, look.
What?
See how that bluefish frayed my line? Instead of having to change my whole rig now, I can just take this off and replace the leader. And this way I saved my sinker too. Look, see? Now I just replace this leader.
I noticed you didn't cast that one so far.
Yeah, I'm trying to cast it in those foamy suds right there. Right behind that. Because that's where the water is crashing down and stirring up all the mole crabs and, you know, the different baits get swashed up over there. That's where the fish are hunting. And they're not always there, but that's where I'm looking right now. Come on.
I see.
Woo!
Right there in the surf. Here it comes.
yeah.
Number red.
That's a nice draw.
Beautiful.
Woo! Oh my gosh. That's what we're after. Let's see if he's in. I'm pretty sure that's in slot. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he bit the bait.
And you bit the bait.
Just like that.
Just like that. How'd it feel on your Stella? Hold it up.
It felt great. I mean, this was a very strong fish. And this is a perfect slot size, I'm pretty sure. I gotta give it a measure.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, you're good.
23.
You're 23. Hey.
So now that it's dead, put it on ice. And see if we can get another.
Woohoo. So how'd it feel?
That one felt great. I just sat down and I saw my rod go tick, tick, tick. So I picked it up and I felt it take it in. I let it eat it for a second, and since I got circle hooks, I just lifted the tip, reeled it in, and that thing just took off. I really wanted to let it fight its way out first. I really wanted to let it fight while it's in the surf right here, so it wouldn't snap my line or pop the hook. So I let it tire itself out right here in the first trough. And I think that was really helpful in actually landing the fish. That was such a successful day of fishing, but it doesn't always happen like that. You just have to be there at the right time, at the right place. And we happen to be at the right place, at the right time. We've been here for a few days now and we didn't hit any fish the past 2 days, but we were prepared. We had a steady supply of Shrimpy Bits and a steady supply of fresh mullet, and we had our rigs all tied up and ready to go whenever the fish decides to show up. My best advice is just get out there, get your lines in the water. You can't catch fish if your line's not wet. Here at Hey Skipper, we want to help as many people get on fish as possible, and we want to make it easy for you to learn. There's a lot of other sources of fishing knowledge, but we want to make it easy for everyone to learn through our website, through our ebooks, through our videos like this. So if you're interested in more stuff, check out our website, heyskipperfishing.com. So I'm going to be giving away some of these pre-tied rigs. If you just check our website, heyskipperfishing.com, where you sign up for our newsletter, we will be announcing whenever we do these kind of giveaways. So if you're interested in winning something like this, or you're interested in learning how to tie it, or you're interested in learning how to do some more fishing, check out our website, heyskipperfishing.com. Sign up for our newsletter and get alerted every time we do a new giveaway, anytime we have a new sale, and pretty much you'll get personal updates from Aaron and I. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next week.